Arsenal weighing up move for Tino Livramento. According to The Sun, Arsenal are prepared to compete with Manchester City to sign Newcastle United fullback Tino Livramento during the summer transfer window. The Gunners bolstered their backline last summer with Christian Mosquera and Piero Hincapié. The latter joined the London Giants on loan with a conditional obligation to buy from Bayer Leverkusen. Mosquera and Hincapié are naturally central defenders, but they can also operate from the right and left back roles respectively. Despite this, Arsenal are eyeing another versatile fullback, and The Sun claim that they are prepared to battle it out with Man City for the signature of Livramento at the end of the campaign. The 23-year-old will enter the last 2 years of his contract in the summer, and the Magpies could be enticed to sell him if a renewal is not sorted. He could be available for around £60 million. Possible deal. The Gunners have the strongest defensive depth in the Premier League this campaign. Jurrien Timber and Ben White are the right-back choices for manager Mikel Arteta. Mosquera could also play there when fit. In the left-back department, Arsenal have Riccardo Calafiori, Hincapié, and Miles Lewis-Skelly to pick from. Still, there is a possibility of a new arrival in the fullback positions ahead of the 2026-27 season. White has been plagued by injuries and inconsistent form for the last 18 months, where Timber has become the first-choice right back, and Arteta may want stronger competition for places for the next campaign. The ex-Brighton man could be offloaded to purchase Livramento, who has developed into a quality fullback. The once Chelsea graduate has completed 89% of his passes this term, with 5 recoveries and 3 clearances per outing. Livramento has shown his sublime compatibility in both fullback roles. His arrival could also lead to question marks over the future of Lewis-Skelly, who has experienced a tough second season with the senior squad. The youngster has had to play second fiddle to Calafiori in the left-back spot for most of the season. When he has got his opportunity, he has looked unconvincing, with opposition forwards getting behind him regularly. If Livramento were to arrive at the Emirates, it could see one of White or Lewis-Skelly depart next summer. Arsenal request Barcelona jewel after Mikel Arteta desire and Hansi Flick gives the green light, report. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has been impressed with Barcelona winger Dani Rodriguez, according to a report in the Spanish media, with Hansi Flick's stance on letting him leave for the Emirates Stadium also revealed. Both Arsenal and Barcelona are having a wonderful season, with the Gunners the favorites to win the Premier League title and the Blaugrana ahead of bitter rivals Real Madrid in the race for the Spanish championship. Barcelona, who won La Liga last season, are 4 points ahead of second-placed Madrid at the top of the table after 19 rounds of matches. Meanwhile, Arsenal currently find themselves 6 points ahead of Manchester City in the Premier League title race after 21 matches. Arsenal have one of the strongest squads in the Premier League and have top-class wingers in Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, Bukayo Saka, and Noni Madueke. However, the Gunners, like all major clubs in Europe, are always on the hunt for young talent, and, according to A Noticias, the North London outfit have identified Barcelona youngster Dani Rodriguez as a potential target in 2026. The 20-year-old right winger is a La Masia product and is under contract at Barcelona until the summer of 2027. The Spain under-21 international has played just once for the Barcelona senior team. A Noticias has reported that Arsenal have taken a shine to Rodriguez, with Gunners manager Mikel Arteta personally keen on working with him at the Emirates Stadium. The headline reads, "Arsenal requests the signing of the Barca B star and Hansi Flick gives the green light." The report has claimed that Rodriguez is Arteta's next target and has described the youngster as the emblematic player of the Barca youth team and one of the brightest jewels of La Masia. Rodriguez won the European Under-19 Championship with Spain in 2024 and was included in the team of the tournament. Arteta wants to strengthen Arsenal's attacking options and has considered Dani Rodriguez as a future project, added the report. Hansi Flick willing to let Rodriguez leave for Arsenal. According to A Noticias, Barcelona manager Hansi Flick is open to the prospect of Rodriguez leaving for Arsenal in 2026. Lamine Yamal is one of the best players in the world, and Rodriguez is going to find it hard to get ahead of the Spain international winger on the Barcelona starting lineup on a regular basis. A Noticias is a modest Catalan media outlet, and its transfer reports are often speculative. However, Arsenal's interest in Rodriguez has been backed by another source. An X account, La Masia Report, which has almost 20,000 followers and provides comprehensive coverage of Barcelona Academy, scout report, and player insights, has reported that Arsenal are keeping tabs on the winger. The account wrote on X at 8:28 a.m. on January 9th, "Been told Arsenal are among the clubs monitoring Barca Athletics' Dani Rodriguez. The 20-year-old winger is on several clubs' radar. January move is unlikely. Summer would be decisive on his future." Latest Arsenal transfer news. Newcastle raid, Star agrees deal. Meanwhile, Arsenal are lining up a raid on Newcastle United for one of their best players, who is also a major target for Manchester City. One of Arsenal's best players has decided to sign a new contract with the North London club, ending all suggestions that he could be tempted to leave the Emirates Stadium. And finally, Arsenal have made contact to sign one of Paris Saint-Germain's best players, with Liverpool also on the hunt for his signature. World-class defender wants Liverpool move, but would settle for Arsenal transfer. An insight into the future of Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi has been offered by Sam Lee of The Athletic. Since joining Palace in 2021, Guehi has risen to the rank of club captain and guided the club to the 2025 FA Cup, their first ever major honor, before helping them win that year's Community Shield. Under Oliver Glasner's management, Guehi has been a crucial cog for Palace's recent brilliance. Despite this, much talk about Guehi this season has been about a potential departure. The center-back is in his final year of his contract, and following a failed bid late in the summer, Liverpool have long been touted as the defender's most likely destination. Palace seem resigned to the fact that their skipper will depart. Guehi's importance has only increased in the light of Palace's recent injury woes. Daniel Musquera and Nathaniel Klein are both sidelined, hampering Glasner's right-hand side almost entirely. Elsewhere, Chris Riyad only recently returned to action, whilst fellow center-back Chadi Riyad has been hampered by injuries since joining the club in 2024. Understandably, Palace are keen on reinforcing their defense, though it appears that will be done in the absence of Guehi, who has seemingly revealed which club he would prefer to join if and when he moves from Selhurst Park. Guehi prefers to wait until summer and join Liverpool. The Let Me Talk podcast, hosted by The Athletic's Sam Lee and David Mooney, were discussing interest in Guehi from Manchester City. Recent injuries to Ruben Diaz and Josko Gvardiol have only strengthened the club's need for defensive depth. With Guehi, this isn't too dissimilar to what The Athletic have reported. "I was told by somebody who knows what's going on at City, and I think probably Palace as well. He said he thinks Guehi wants to stay until the summer, and he prefers Liverpool in any case. Somebody else messaged me on Twitter, and I know he's very good on other clubs. He said he wants to stay until the summer. He prefers Liverpool and Arsenal. But I hadn't heard Arsenal, but that tallied with what I'd been told before." But then Palace manager Oliver Glasner did his press conference, did he not? He said they wanted to sign a center-back from City, which is obviously AK, but they're obviously not going to sell AK now. There's no way. It would appear that, despite City's interest, Guehi remains committed in his desire to join Liverpool. The Liverpool have endured a shaky title defense, and after 21 matches in the new season, sit 14 points adrift of Arsenal atop the table. The Arsenal are reportedly also keen on Guehi, though it seems that the England international is more inclined to moving to Merseyside than to North London. Jarell Quance's summer departure and Giovanni Leone's ACL injury on debut meant that, aside from starting duo Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate, Liverpool have just Joe Gomez to rely on. Gomez is a great player, but has struggled with injuries throughout his career, meaning there is no reliable cover in that position for Arne Slot. It is shown throughout the season, too. Neither Vig nor Konate have been at their brilliant best, and a contributing factor to this, no doubt, is Liverpool's lack of feasible rotation options for either of them. In Guehi, Liverpool would be signing one of the Premier League's most reliable center-halves and can only be bolstered by his evident desire for a move to Anfield.